The American bullfrog, scientifically known as Lithobates catesbianus, is a large species of frog native to North America. It is one of the most widespread and recognizable frog species in the United States and Canada. Here are some key characteristics and information about the American bullfrog. American bullfrogs are one of the largest frog species in North America. They can reach lengths of up to 8 inches or more. They have bright green or brownish-green skin with dark blotches and a white or yellowish belly. Their coloration helps them blend into their aquatic and semi-aquatic habitats. American bullfrogs are found throughout North America, primarily in the eastern and central United States and Canada. They have also been introduced to other parts of the world, including Europe and Asia. These frogs are highly adaptable and can inhabit a variety of freshwater habitats, including ponds, lakes, rivers, marshes, and even urban areas with suitable water sources. American bullfrogs are opportunistic carnivores. They feed on a wide range of prey, including insects, small mammals, other frogs, fish, and even small birds. They are known for their voracious appetites. Breeding typically occurs in the spring and summer. Male bullfrogs are known for their loud, deep calls, which they use to attract females. The females lay their eggs in shallow water and tadpoles hatch from these eggs. Tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, gradually developing into adult frogs. While American bullfrogs are not currently listed as a threatened or endangered species, they have become invasive in some regions where they have been introduced. Their predation on native wildlife and competition with other frog species have raised concerns about their impact on ecosystems. American bullfrogs play a significant role in freshwater ecosystems and are of interest to researchers and conservationists studying amphibian populations and their interactions with the environment. The European common toad, scientifically known as bufo, is a widespread and well-known amphibian species found throughout Europe and parts of Asia. Here are some key characteristics and information about the European common toad. European common toads have a distinctive appearance. They typically have rough, warty skin that can vary in color from gray to brown or olive green. They are often characterized by dark patches or spots on their skin. Their underbelly is usually pale and may have a marbled pattern. Adult European common toads can range in size, with females generally being larger than males. They typically measure around 10 to 15 centimeters in length. These toads are highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of habitats, including woodlands, grasslands, gardens, and urban areas. They are commonly associated with damp environments such as ponds, lakes, marshes, and wet meadows. European common toads are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. They are known for their sticky tongues, which they use to catch prey. During the breeding season in spring, male common toads migrate to breeding sites, such as ponds and lakes, and produce a distinctive, high-pitched mating call to attract females. After mating, the females lay long strings of gelatinous eggs in the water, which hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, gradually transforming into juvenile toads. The juveniles resemble small adult toads and eventually leave the water to live on land. European common toads have a relatively long lifespan and can live for several years in the wild. European common toads are generally not considered threatened or endangered. However, like many amphibian species, they face various threats, including habitat loss, pollution, and road mortality due to their terrestrial habits. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting their breeding sites and preserving their natural habitats. European common toads play an essential role in ecosystems by helping control insect populations and serving as prey for various predators. They are also important subjects of study in the fields of ecology and herpetology due to their widespread distribution and ecological significance. The northern leopard frog, scientifically known as Lithobates catesbianus, is a species of frog native to North America. It is recognized for its distinctive spotted pattern, which resembles the spots of a leopard, hence the name leopard frog. Here are some key characteristics and information about the northern leopard frog. Northern leopard frogs are medium-sized frogs with a background color that can range from green to brown. They are covered in irregularly shaped spots that vary in color from light green to dark brown or black. These spots give them their leopard-like appearance. Northern leopard frogs are found in a wide range of habitats across North America, including Canada and the United States. They are particularly common in the northern and central regions of the continent. These frogs are semi-aquatic and are often found in and around wetlands, ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They require aquatic habitats for breeding but can also be found in grassy or wooded areas near water. Northern leopard frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. They are known for their quick tongue reflexes, which they use to catch prey. Like many frog species, northern leopard frogs are known for their distinctive calls, which they use to attract mates during the breeding season. Their calls are often described as a series of short, snore-like sounds. Breeding typically occurs in the spring and early summer when northern leopard frogs gather at breeding sites. Females lay clusters of eggs in shallow water, and these eggs hatch into tadpoles. Tadpoles go through metamorphosis, eventually developing into adult frogs. Northern leopard frogs face various threats, including habitat loss and degradation, pollution, and diseases like trichotillomycosis. In some regions, populations have declined. Conservation efforts aim to protect their habitats, monitor populations, and raise awareness about their importance in ecosystems. Northern leopard frogs are an essential part of freshwater ecosystems, serving as both predators of insects and prey for various predators, such as birds and snakes. They are also a subject of scientific research and ecological studies, due to their ecological roles and unique characteristics. The red-eyed tree frog, scientifically known as Aegolechnus colodrius, is a striking and colorful species of tree frog found in the rainforests of Central America, including countries like Costa Rica, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. Here are some key characteristics and information about the red-eyed tree frog. Red-eyed tree frogs are known for their vibrant and eye-catching colors. They have bright green skin with blue and yellow stripes on their sides and legs. Their most distinctive feature is their large, bright red eyes with vertically narrowed pupils. These vivid colors serve as a form of aposematism, warning potential predators that they are toxic or unpalatable. Adult red-eyed tree frogs are relatively small, typically measuring about 2 to 3 inches in length. These frogs are primarily arboreal, which means they live in trees. They are found in tropical rainforests and humid lowland areas near streams and rivers. They are well adapted to life in the trees, and have specialized toe pads that help them grip onto leaves and branches. Red-eyed tree frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they hide among the leaves of trees and shrubs to avoid predators and stay moist. They are insectivorous, feeding on a diet of various insects such as crickets, moths, and flies. They are sit-and-wait predators, using their excellent vision to spot prey and their long, sticky tongues to capture it. Breeding typically occurs in temporary rainforest pools or slow-moving streams. Male red-eyed tree frogs call out to attract females with a series of loud, repetitive, bird-like calls. After mating, the female lays her eggs on leaves hanging over the water, and when the tadpoles hatch, they fall into the water below. Tadpoles then go through a metamorphic process, developing into froglets before climbing back into the trees. While the red-eyed tree frog is not currently listed as endangered, it faces threats from habitat destruction due to deforestation and human development. Additionally, the pet trade sometimes exploits these frogs, although captive breeding efforts have helped reduce pressure on wild populations. Red-eyed tree frogs are iconic amphibians known for their stunning appearance and unique behaviors. They are a symbol of rainforest biodiversity and are often featured in educational materials and conservation efforts to raise awareness about the importance of preserving their tropical habitats. The American green tree frog, scientifically known as Hyla cinerea, is a species of tree frog native to the southeastern United States. This small frog is well known for its bright, green coloration and its distinctive calls, which are often heard during warm summer nights. Here are some key characteristics and information about the American green tree frog. American green tree frogs are relatively small, typically measuring around 1.5 to 2.5 inches in length. They have bright green skin, which helps them blend in with the leaves of vegetation. Their dorsal surface often has small, irregular patterns or spots, and their bellies are usually white or pale. These frogs are found in the southeastern United States, including states like Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Alabama, and Mississippi. They prefer habitats with abundant vegetation, such as swamps, marshes, ponds, and gardens. American green tree frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they seek shelter in vegetation, tree hollows, or other hiding places to avoid predators and maintain moisture levels. Their diet mainly consists of small insects and other invertebrates. They use their long, sticky tongues to capture prey. Male American green tree frogs are known for their distinctive calls, which they use to attract females during the breeding season. Their calls are often described as a series of quonk or want sounds, which can be quite loud and are characteristic of summer evenings in their range. Breeding typically occurs in spring and summer when males call out to females. After mating, the female lays her eggs in bodies of water, such as ponds or shallow pools. Tadpoles hatch from these eggs and go through a metamorphic process before transforming into juvenile frogs. American green tree frogs are not considered endangered or threatened, and they are commonly encountered in their range. However, like many amphibians, they can be affected by habitat loss due to urban development and other human activities. American green tree frogs are appreciated for their vibrant coloration and their role in controlling insect populations. They are often featured in educational programs and are enjoyed by enthusiasts of amphibians and herpetology due to their unique characteristics and vocalizations. The eastern newt, scientifically known as Nothopomus viridescens, is a species of salamander found in eastern North America. It is a fascinating amphibian with a unique life cycle that involves distinct stages of development. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern newt. Eastern newts go through different color phases as they mature. The three primary stages are the aquatic larval stage, the terrestrial juvenile stage, and the aquatic adult stage. During this stage, eastern newts have gilled aquatic larvae that are brownish-green with feathery gills and a fin tail. As they transition to land, they become known as terrestrial juveniles. Terrestrial juveniles are typically bright orange or red with black spots and a rough, granular skin. They have lungs for breathing air. In the adult aquatic stage, eastern newts return to the water, where they develop smooth, olive green to yellow-green skin. They have webbed feet and a distinct fin along the tail. Eastern newts are found in eastern North America, ranging from the maritime provinces of Canada down to Florida, and as far west as Texas. They inhabit a variety of freshwater environments, including ponds, lakes, swamps, and slow-moving streams. They spend different stages of their life cycle in both aquatic and terrestrial habitats. Eastern newts are carnivorous. Larval and adult newts feed on a diet of small aquatic invertebrates, such as aquatic insects, worms, and small crustaceans. The life cycle of eastern newts is unique among salamanders. It includes three distinct stages. Newt eggs are laid in water, and the aquatic larvae hatch from these eggs. They have gills for breathing underwater. After a period of growth in the water, eastern newts transition to a terrestrial juvenile stage. During this phase, they venture onto land, where they are brightly colored. As they reach sexual maturity, eastern newts return to the water, where they develop the adult characteristics, including a more subdued green coloration. Eastern newt populations are generally stable and not considered threatened. However, like many amphibians, they are susceptible to habitat loss and water pollution. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitats and monitoring populations. Eastern newts are a fascinating example of metamorphosis in amphibians, with their distinct color phases and life cycle stages. They are often of interest to researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. The African clawed frog, scientifically known as Phenopus laevis, is a species of aquatic frog native to sub-Saharan Africa. These frogs are notable for their unique characteristics, including their distinctive claws, and they have been widely used in scientific research. Here are some key characteristics and information about the African clawed frog. African clawed frogs have a relatively simple appearance. They are typically olive brown or grayish-green in color and have a flattened body. One of their most distinctive features is the presence of three short, black claws on each of their hind feet, which they use for digging and anchoring themselves in the substrate. Adult African clawed frogs are relatively small, with females typically being larger than males. They typically measure around 2 to 4 inches in length. These frogs are primarily aquatic and are found in a variety of freshwater habitats, including ponds, lakes, rivers, and slow-moving streams. They are often associated with areas with muddy or sandy bottoms. African clawed frogs are known for their secretive and nocturnal behavior. They are primarily active at night and spend much of their time buried in the substrate or hiding in vegetation. They are opportunistic carnivores and feed on a variety of prey, including aquatic invertebrates, small fish, tadpoles, and other small animals. Their clawed feet are particularly useful for catching and manipulating prey. African clawed frogs have an interesting reproductive strategy. They do not have a free-swimming tadpole stage like many other frog species. Instead, they undergo direct development, meaning the eggs hatch into miniature froglets. Males attract females with calls, and after mating, females lay their eggs in underwater vegetation. The males then fertilize the eggs externally. African clawed frogs have played a significant role in scientific research, particularly in developmental biology and genetics. They were widely used for pregnancy testing in the mid-20th century, due to their sensitivity to human chorionic gonadotropin. They have also been important models for studying early vertebrate development and genetics. In their native habitat, African clawed frog populations are generally stable. However, they have been introduced to other regions, including North America and Europe, where they can become invasive and pose a threat to native amphibians. Conservation efforts focus on preventing their spread to new areas and managing introduced populations. African clawed frogs are unique amphibians with a fascinating reproductive strategy and a history of contributions to scientific research. Their distinctive characteristics, including their clawed feet, have made them a subject of interest for both scientists and amphibian enthusiasts. The golden poison dart frog, scientifically known as Philobits terribilis, is one of the most toxic animals on Earth. It is a small, brightly colored frog native to the rainforests of western Colombia and South America. These frogs are famous for their vibrant colors and the deadly poison they produce. Here are some key characteristics and information about the golden poison dart frog. Golden poison dart frogs are tiny, with adults typically measuring between 1.5 to 2.5 inches in length. They are known for their striking coloration, which varies from bright yellow to orange or even red. The vibrant coloration serves as a warning to potential predators that they are highly toxic. These frogs are among the most toxic animals in the world. The poison they produce, called relaxation, is incredibly potent. Indigenous people in Colombia have historically used the toxins from these frogs to poison the tips of blow darts, or blowgun projectiles for hunting, which is how the frogs got their name. It is estimated that the skin of a single golden poison dart frog contains enough toxin to kill several adult humans. Golden poison dart frogs are found in the rainforests of western Colombia, particularly in the Choco region. They inhabit humid and tropical environments, often near streams or small bodies of water. Their toxic nature is thought to be linked to their diet in the wild, which includes ants and other small arthropods. The frogs sequester the toxins from their prey, making them poisonous. These frogs are diurnal, which means they are active during the day. They are known for their territorial behavior and are often seen defending small territories in the rainforest. Golden poison dart frogs have complex courtship and mating behaviors. Males are responsible for calling to attract females. After mating, the female lays her eggs on the forest floor, and the male guards them. Once the eggs hatch, the male carries the tadpoles on his back to small pools of water and plants, where the tadpoles develop. The golden poison dart frog is classified as endangered on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List of Threatened Species. Habitat loss due to deforestation and illegal collection for the pet trade have contributed to their decline in the wild. Conservation efforts aim to protect their habitats and manage their populations. These frogs are a symbol of the incredible diversity and adaptations found in rainforest ecosystems. Their vibrant colors and deadly toxins have made them a subject of interest for researchers, and a cautionary example of the consequences of disturbing, delicate ecosystems. The axolotl, scientifically known as Ambystoma mexicanum, is a unique and fascinating aquatic salamander species native to certain lakes in Mexico, particularly in the region around Mexico. Axolotls are notable for their remarkable ability to regenerate lost body parts, including limbs, spinal cord, and even parts of their heart and brain. Here are some key characteristics and information about axolotls. Axolotls have a distinctive appearance with a broad, flat head, feathery external gills on either side of their head, and a wide mouth. They have smooth, slimy skin and a long, eel-like body. Their coloration can vary, but they are often shades of brown-gray or olive, with occasional white or pink individuals. Some axolotls exhibit albinism, which gives them a pinkish hue. Unlike most amphibians, axolotls are permanently aquatic and do not undergo metamorphosis to develop into terrestrial adults. They retain their juvenile characteristics throughout their lives, including their external gills, which they use to extract oxygen from the water. One of the most remarkable features of axolotls is their ability to regenerate lost body parts. If an axolotl loses a limb, for example, it can regrow a fully functional one over time. This regenerative capacity has made them a subject of extensive scientific research, and holds potential implications for human regenerative medicine. Axolotls are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of small aquatic creatures, such as insects, worms, small fish, and crustaceans. They are skilled predators and use their powerful jaws to capture prey. In the wild, axolotls are found in freshwater lakes and canals in Mexico, particularly in the Xochimilco region near Mexico City. However, due to habitat destruction and water pollution, wild populations of axolotls have declined significantly, and they are considered critically endangered in their natural habitat. Conservation efforts are in place to protect the remaining wild populations of axolotls. Captive breeding programs and research are also conducted to better understand their biology and genetics and to help ensure their survival. Axolotls have been extensively studied for their regenerative abilities, and they have contributed valuable insights into the field of regenerative medicine. Their unique characteristics make them a model organism for understanding tissue regeneration and developmental biology. Axolotls are not only important in scientific research, but are also popular as pets in the aquarium trade, due to their intriguing appearance and relatively low maintenance requirements. However, it's essential to ensure that captive axolotls are cared for in a way that promotes their health and well-being while preserving their unique features. The eastern spadefoot toad, scientifically known as Scyphiopus holbrookii, is a species of spadefoot toad found in the eastern United States. Spadefoot toads are known for their distinctive adaptations and behavior. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern spadefoot toad. Eastern spadefoot toads are relatively small, with a compact body that typically ranges from 2 to 3.5 inches in length. They have smooth, warty skin that varies in color, but is often gray or brown with scattered spots. They have large, vertically oriented eyes and a distinctive vertical pupil. Spadefoot toads are named for a unique adaptation found on their hind feet. They have a hard, keratinized spaded on each hind foot, which they use for burrowing into the ground. This adaptation helps them quickly dig into the soil to escape predators and to bury themselves during dry periods. Eastern spadfoot toads are primarily found in sandy or loose soils in habitats like pine forests, grasslands, and coastal areas. They are particularly associated with areas where they can easily burrow. These toads are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day in dry conditions, they burrow into the soil to avoid desiccation and extreme temperatures. Eastern spadefoot toads are opportunistic carnivores and feed on a variety of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, and other arthropods. Spadefoot toads have a unique breeding strategy. They breed in temporary pools of water formed by heavy rains. Males call from these pools, attracting females. Once they mate, the females lay eggs in the water, and tadpoles hatch from the eggs. Tadpoles have a relatively short development period and can metamorphose into juvenile toads in as little as 2 weeks. Eastern spadefoot toads are not currently considered threatened or endangered, but their populations can be affected by habitat destruction and degradation. Conservation efforts often focus on preserving their natural habitats and ensuring the protection of breeding sites. Eastern spadefoot toads are fascinating amphibians with unique adaptations for survival in their sandy habitats. Their specialized digging behavior and ability to quickly respond to rain events make them intriguing subjects for ecological and behavioral studies. The fire-bellied toad is a common name used for several species of small, brightly colored toads belonging to the genera Bombina and Barbarula. These toads are known for their distinctive red or orange markings on their bellies, which serve as a warning signal to potential predators. While there are different species of fire-bellied toads, I will provide information on the European fire-bellied toad as it is one of the most well-known species. European fire-bellied toads are relatively small, typically reaching lengths of 1.2 to 2 inches. They have vibrant green or olive-colored skin on their dorsal side with contrasting black or dark green markings. Their undersides, particularly their bellies and the lower parts of their limbs, are bright red or orange with black spots. This coloration serves as a warning to predators that they are toxic. European fire-bellied toads are native to parts of Central and Eastern Europe, including countries like Germany, Poland, Hungary, and Ukraine. They are typically found in wetlands, including ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They are semi-aquatic amphibians and spend much of their time in or near the water. They are often seen in shallow water, where they can easily hide among aquatic vegetation and rocks. Fire-bellied toads are opportunistic feeders and have a diet that includes a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, worms, and small crustaceans. These toads are known for their interesting behavior. When threatened or disturbed, they often flip over onto their backs to expose their brightly colored bellies, effectively warning potential predators that they are toxic. This is known as the one-time reflex defense mechanism. Fire-bellied toads produce toxins in their skin glands, which can be irritating or even toxic to potential predators. While these toxins are not typically harmful to humans, it's essential to handle these toads with care and wash your hands afterward. European fire-bellied toads are not currently considered threatened or endangered. However, like many amphibians, they can be vulnerable to habitat loss and degradation, particularly due to the destruction of wetlands. Fire-bellied toads, with their vibrant colors and unique defensive behavior, are popular in the pet trade. They're often kept in captivity. Careful attention to their specific habitat and dietary needs is essential for their well-being in captivity. Additionally, it's important to ensure that individuals in the pet trade are legally obtained and not collected from the wild, as wild populations can be impacted by overcollection. The Japanese giant salamander, scientifically known as Andreas japonicus, is one of the largest and most impressive amphibians in the world. It is native to Japan and is known for its remarkable size, longevity, and unique appearance. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Japanese giant salamander. Japanese giant salamanders are indeed giants among salamanders. They can grow to lengths of up to 1.5 meters or more, making them one of the largest amphibians on Earth. They have a stout, cylindrical body, a broad head with a wide mouth, and wrinkled, mottled skin. Their skin coloration ranges from dark brown to black, providing excellent camouflage in the rocky streams and rivers where they live. These salamanders are native to Japan, and their range includes various parts of the country, particularly in cold, clear, fast-flowing mountain streams and rivers. Japanese giant salamanders are fully aquatic and are well adapted to their aquatic environments. They are most commonly found in clean, well-oxygenated freshwater habitats with rocky substrates, where they use crevices and burrows in the rocks as shelter. These salamanders are primarily nocturnal predators, feeding on a diet of aquatic invertebrates, such as crayfish, insects, worms, and small fish. They are sit-and-wait predators, ambushing their prey when it comes near. Japanese giant salamanders are known for their relatively slow and deliberate movements. They have poor vision and primarily rely on their keen sense of smell and touch to locate prey and navigate their environment. Japanese giant salamanders are among the longest-lived amphibians, with individuals in captivity known to live for several decades. In the wild, their lifespan is estimated to be around 30 to 50 years or even longer. These salamanders have a unique reproductive strategy. Males guard and defend nest sites, which are typically found in underwater burrows. Females lay eggs in the burrow, and the male guards them until they hatch. The male also helps protect and care for the larvae after hatching. Japanese giant salamanders are listed as near threatened on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List due to habitat degradation, water pollution, and other human-induced threats. Conservation efforts in Japan aim to protect their natural habitats, raise awareness about their conservation needs, and monitor populations. The Japanese giant salamander is not only a symbol of Japan's rich biodiversity, but also an important flagship species for the conservation of freshwater habitats in the country. Efforts to protect these remarkable amphibians are essential to ensuring the health of their aquatic ecosystems. The Colorado River toad, scientifically known as Ancilius alvarius, is a large species of toad native to the southwestern United States and northwestern Mexico. It is also known by several common names, including the Sonoran desert toad, Colorado river toad, and Bifo alvarius toad. This toad is particularly famous for the potent psychoactive substances it produces, which have led to its use in traditional and recreational ceremonies. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Colorado river toad. The Colorado river toad is relatively large, with a robust body, and a distinctive appearance. It has smooth, moist skin that varies in color from pale green to olive green or gray-brown. Its skin often has irregular markings and a prominent parotoid gland behind each eye. These glands produce toxic secretions that serve as a defense mechanism against predators. The natural range of the Colorado river toad includes parts of Arizona, California, Nevada, New Mexico, and northwestern Mexico. It is typically found in arid and semi-arid regions, often near water sources. These toads inhabit a variety of habitats, including deserts, riparian areas, and scrublands. They are often found near streams, rivers, and other water bodies, where they breed and find food. The Colorado river toad is known for producing a potent venom that contains psychoactive compounds. This substance is used in some traditional indigenous ceremonies for its psychedelic effects. It should be noted that the use of these substances can be illegal and poses significant health risks. While the Colorado river toad is not listed as endangered, its populations may face threats from habitat destruction and pollution. Additionally, the collection of these toads for their psychoactive secretions can have negative effects on wild populations. The venom of the Colorado river toad has gained popularity in some subcultures for its psychoactive properties. Some individuals have used the secretions from these toads for recreational purposes, although it is important to emphasize that this practice can be dangerous and illegal in some places. The collection and use of Colorado river toads for their venom or psychoactive secretions may be subject to legal restrictions in various jurisdictions. It is essential to be aware of and abide by local laws and regulations regarding the possession and use of these animals. The Colorado river toad is a unique amphibian with a combination of natural characteristics and cultural associations that make it notable. However, it's important to approach these animals with respect for their natural habitats, and to be mindful of the legal and ethical considerations surrounding their use. The marbled salamander, scientifically known as Ambystoma papacans, is a species of mole salamander found in the eastern United States. These striking amphibians are known for their distinctive black and white marbled pattern, which sets them apart from many other salamander species. Here are some key characteristics and information about the marbled salamander. Marbled salamanders are easily recognizable due to their bold black and white coloration. They have a black or dark gray body with irregular white or silvery marbling on their back and sides. Their legs are often solid black, and they have a broad, flattened body. Adult marbled salamanders are relatively small, typically ranging from 3 to 5 inches in length. Marbled salamanders are native to the eastern United States, with their range extending from the Great Lakes region down to the Gulf of Mexico, and from the Atlantic coast westward into parts of Texas and Oklahoma. These salamanders are typically found in deciduous forests, woodlands, and other moist, terrestrial environments. They are most active during the fall and early winter, often emerging after heavy rains. Marbled salamanders are primarily nocturnal, which means they are most active at night. They are also known for their secretive behavior, and are often found hiding under leaf litter, logs, or other debris during the day. Their diet mainly consists of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, earthworms, and other arthropods. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Marbled salamanders have a unique reproductive strategy among amphibians. Unlike many species that lay their eggs in water, marbled salamanders lay their eggs in depressions in the ground, often in temporary or vernal pools. These pools fill with rainwater, allowing the eggs to hatch into aquatic larvae. The larvae develop in the water until they undergo metamorphosis and become terrestrial juveniles. Marbled salamanders are generally considered a species of least concern in terms of conservation status. However, like many amphibians, they can be impacted by habitat loss and environmental changes. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting their breeding sites and preserving their forested habitats. Marbled salamanders are unique among salamanders for their striking black and white coloration and their interesting reproductive strategy. They are often encountered by naturalists and researchers in their native habitats, and play an important role in forest ecosystems by helping control insect populations. The wood frog, scientifically known as Lithobates sylvaticus, is a small terrestrial frog species native to North America. It is well adapted to cold environments and is known for its ability to survive freezing temperatures. Here are some key characteristics and information about the wood frog. Wood frogs are relatively small, with adults typically measuring around 1.5 to 2.75 inches in length. They have a coloration that varies depending on environmental conditions, and can range from brown to reddish brown or even greenish gray. One distinctive feature is the black mask-like marking that extends from each eye down to the eardrum. Wood frogs are found across a broad range in North America, including the northeastern United States and Canada. They have a wide distribution and can inhabit various types of forests and wetlands. These frogs are often associated with forested areas, including deciduous and mixed woodlands, as well as wetlands, swamps, and bogs. They prefer habitats with ample leaf litter and moist conditions. One of the most remarkable features of wood frogs is their ability to withstand freezing temperatures. During the winter, they enter a state of hibernation, during which their body temperature can drop to below freezing. Their body fluids partially freeze, but they produce special antifreeze proteins that protect their cells from damage. This adaptation allows them to survive and recover when temperatures rise in the spring. Wood frogs typically breed in temporary or vernal pools, which are small, shallow bodies of water that form in the spring from snowmelt and rain. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay masses of eggs in the water. Tadpoles hatch from the eggs and develop into froglets before leaving the water. Wood frogs are primarily insectivorous and feed on a diet of various small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, and other arthropods. Wood frogs are generally not considered threatened or endangered, and their populations are stable. However, they can face habitat loss and fragmentation due to urban development and other human activities. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting wetland habitats and maintaining connectivity between breeding sites. Wood frogs are known for their unique adaptations to cold environments, and are often studied by scientists interested in understanding freezing tolerance and cold hardiness in amphibians. They are also a valuable part of the ecosystems they inhabit, helping control insect populations and serving as prey for various predators. The hellbender, scientifically known as Cryptobranchus eleganiensis, is a large aquatic salamander species native to the eastern United States. Hellbenders are known for their impressive size, distinctive appearance, and unique habitat preferences. Here are some key characteristics and information about the hellbender. Hellbenders are one of the largest salamander species in North America and can grow to lengths of up to 29 inches or more. They have a flattened body with loose, wrinkled skin that hangs in folds along their sides. Their skin coloration varies, but is typically brown or gray with mottled patterns of darker spots. They have small eyes and a wide, flattened head. Hellbenders are found in the eastern United States, including parts of the Appalachian region. They inhabit clear, fast-flowing streams and rivers in this region. These salamanders are entirely aquatic and are well adapted to life in flowing water. They are often associated with rocky stream beds, and prefer habitats with plenty of crevices and hiding places among rocks. They are also commonly found in areas with cool, well-oxygenated water. Hellbenders are primarily nocturnal, which means they are most active at night. During the day, they hide under rocks or in stream crevices to avoid predators and maintain moisture. Their diet primarily consists of aquatic invertebrates, such as crayfish, insects, small fish, and worms. They are sit-and-wait predators, ambushing prey that comes within reach. Hellbenders have a unique way of obtaining oxygen. They have loose folds of skin that increase the surface area for gas exchange, allowing them to absorb oxygen directly from the water through their skin. Hellbenders have a fascinating reproductive behavior. Males create and guard nesting sites under large rocks, where they attract females. Females lay their eggs, and males fertilize them externally. Males continue to guard the nest and may fan the eggs to provide oxygen until they hatch into aquatic larvae. Hellbenders are currently listed as either threatened or of special concern in many states within their range, due to habitat degradation, water pollution, and other factors. Conservation efforts are aimed at protecting their stream habitats, raising awareness about their conservation needs, and monitoring populations. Hellbenders are unique and ecologically important amphibians. playing a role in maintaining the health of the freshwater ecosystems they inhabit. Their conservation is essential for the preservation of these unique and sensitive habitats in the eastern United States. The European fire salamander, scientifically known as Salamander salamandra, is a striking and well-known species of salamander found in various parts of Europe. These amphibians are notable for their vibrant black and yellow coloration, which serves as a warning to potential predators. Here are some key characteristics and information about the European fire salamander. European fire salamanders have a distinctive color pattern, featuring a glossy black body with bright yellow or orange spots and stripes. The coloration varies among individuals, but the contrast between the black and yellow is a common feature. Their skin is smooth, and they have a relatively stout body. Adult European fire salamanders typically reach lengths of 6 to 8 inches, although some individuals may grow slightly larger. These salamanders are native to various regions of Europe, including parts of Western, Central, and Southern Europe. They can be found in countries such as Germany, France, Spain, Italy, and the Balkans. European fire salamanders inhabit a variety of forested and woodland habitats, often near cool, clear streams and damp areas. They are primarily terrestrial but require access to water for breeding. These salamanders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they seek refuge in damp crevices, under logs, or in burrows to avoid desiccation and predators. European fire salamanders are carnivorous and primarily feed on small invertebrates, such as insects, earthworms, slugs, and snails. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding typically occurs in late summer or early autumn. Males use pheromones to attract females, and courtship involves elaborate displays. After mating, females lay eggs in damp areas, such as under rocks or in burrows. The larvae hatch from the eggs and eventually transform into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. European fire salamanders are not considered endangered as a species. However, some populations may be threatened by habitat loss due to deforestation and urban development. Additionally, they can be sensitive to pollution and changes in environmental conditions. Conservation efforts aim to protect their natural habitats and monitor populations in specific regions. The European fire salamander is a charismatic and iconic amphibian species in Europe. Its striking appearance and its role as an indicator of environmental health make it a subject of interest for nature enthusiasts and conservationists. The Suriname toad, scientifically known as pipa, is a unique and fascinating aquatic frog found in the Amazon basin and surrounding regions of South America, including Suriname, Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana. This amphibian is particularly known for its distinct appearance and extraordinary reproductive behavior. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Suriname toad. The Suriname toad has a distinctive and flattened appearance. It has a broad, leaf-like body that is dark brown to gray in color. Its skin is covered in irregular wart-like bumps and tubercles. Its limbs are relatively short and broad, and the fingers and toes are webbed, which aids in swimming. Adult Suriname toads are relatively large and can reach lengths of up to 8 inches or more. These frogs are primarily aquatic and are found in slow-moving or stagnant bodies of water such as ponds, swamps, and flooded forests. They are often associated with densely vegetated aquatic habitats. Suriname toads are highly adapted to an aquatic lifestyle. They are primarily nocturnal and are excellent swimmers. They are also known for their burrowing behavior, often hiding in the substrate at the bottom of their aquatic habitats. One of the most remarkable aspects of the Suriname toad is its reproductive behavior. The female carries her eggs on her back. During mating, the male fertilizes the eggs, and the female presses them onto her back, where they become embedded in her skin. The skin then grows over the eggs, forming pockets in which they develop. When fully developed, the baby toads, known as tadpoles, emerge from small openings in the mother's back. This unique reproductive strategy is often referred to as back brooding. Suriname toads are carnivorous and feed on a diet of aquatic invertebrates, such as insects, crustaceans, and small fish. They are opportunistic feeders and use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. While the Suriname toad is not currently listed as endangered, its populations can be impacted by habitat loss and degradation due to deforestation and pollution. Conservation efforts often focus on protecting the aquatic habitats where they live. The Suriname toad's distinctive appearance and intriguing reproductive behavior have made it a subject of fascination for both biologists and amphibian enthusiasts. Its adaptations for life in aquatic environments and its unique reproductive strategy are examples of the incredible diversity of amphibians found in tropical regions. Glass frogs are a group of frogs belonging to the family Centralinidae. They are collectively referred to as glass frogs due to their translucent, or semi-transparent, abdominal skin, which allows you to see their internal organs, including the heart, liver, and intestines. These unique frogs are found primarily in Central and South America, particularly in rainforests and cloud forests. Here are some key characteristics and information about glass frogs. Glass frogs come in various sizes, with most species being relatively small, typically ranging from 0.8 to 3 inches in length. Their most distinctive feature is their translucent abdominal skin, which makes them appear as if they are made of glass. The rest of their body may be green or other colors, which can vary among species. Their skin is often smooth, and may have subtle patterns or markings. Glass frogs are primarily found in tropical and subtropical rainforests, cloud forests, and montane regions. They are commonly associated with riparian habitats, such as streams and rivers, where they breed and lay their eggs on leaves overhanging the water. These frogs are often arboreal, meaning they spend much of their time in trees and shrubs. They are nocturnal, becoming active at night to hunt for insects and other small invertebrates. Glass frogs are known for their unique reproductive behavior. They lay their eggs on the undersides of leaves that overhang streams or other water bodies. The male frogs are responsible for guarding the eggs, keeping them moist, and protecting them from predators. When the tadpoles hatch, they drop into the water below where they continue their development. Glass frogs use vocalizations to communicate and establish territory. Their calls can vary among species and may be used for mating or territorial purposes. Many glass frog species are sensitive to habitat destruction and environmental changes, including water pollution. As a result, some species are considered threatened or endangered. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their natural habitats and monitoring populations. The family Centrolenidae contains over 150 species of glass frogs, making it a diverse group of amphibians. Each species may have its own unique coloration, call, and habitat preferences. Glass frogs are known for their remarkable transparency and interesting reproductive behaviors. They are often considered an indicator species for the health of their rainforest habitats, as their presence or absence can provide insights into the overall ecological condition of an ecosystem. Their unique characteristics make them a subject of interest for researchers and nature enthusiasts alike. The African dwarf frog, scientifically known as Hymenopterus, is a small, aquatic frog species native to various parts of sub-Saharan Africa. These frogs are popular in the pet trade and are often kept in home aquariums, due to their charming appearance and relatively easy care requirements. Here are some key characteristics and information about the African dwarf frog. African dwarf frogs are small amphibians, with adult individuals typically ranging from 1 to 1.5 inches in length. They have a streamlined body and relatively short legs. In the wild, African dwarf frogs are found in slow-moving or stagnant freshwater habitats, including ponds, swamps, and slow-flowing streams. They are often associated with dense aquatic vegetation, which provides shelter and breeding sites. These frogs have a smooth, shiny skin that can vary in color from olive green to brown, with some individuals displaying a mottled pattern. They have webbed feet, which are adapted for swimming, and a pair of small, round upward-facing eyes that allow them to see both above and below the water's surface. African dwarf frogs are primarily aquatic, and are highly adapted for life in the water. They are excellent swimmers and have powerful hind legs for propulsion. They are also capable of taking gulps of air at the water's surface, as they have lungs in addition to their skin, allowing them to breathe both underwater and in the air. These frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of small, aquatic invertebrates, such as insects, worms, and crustaceans. In captivity, they can be fed a diet of commercially available aquatic frog pellets and live or frozen foods. Breeding in African dwarf frogs typically occurs in the water. Males will vocalize to attract females, and after mating, females release eggs that attach to aquatic vegetation. The male then fertilizes the eggs externally. Tadpoles hatch from the eggs and undergo metamorphosis to become juvenile frogs. African dwarf frogs are often kept in community aquariums with other peaceful fish species. However, it's important to choose tankmates carefully, as some fish may be aggressive or eat the smaller frogs. Additionally, since these frogs are relatively slow swimmers, they may have difficulty competing for food with faster fish. African dwarf frogs are not currently considered endangered, and they are not listed on the International Union for Conservation of Nature Red List. However, their populations can be impacted by habitat destruction and water pollution in their native habitats. African dwarf frogs are popular among aquarium enthusiasts for their charming appearance and ease of care. When keeping them in captivity, it's essential to provide a suitable aquatic habitat with clean water and appropriate food to ensure their well-being. The cane toad, scientifically known as Rhinella marina, is a large and highly invasive species of toad native to South and Central America, including regions of Mexico, Central America, and northern South America. It is one of the most widely recognized and problematic amphibian species in the world, primarily due to its introduction to various regions outside its native range. Here are some key characteristics and information about the cane toad. Adult cane toads are relatively large, with individuals typically reaching lengths of 4 to 6 inches or more. They have a robust, warty appearance with rough, dry skin that can vary in color from gray to brown or reddish-brown. They often have distinct large parotoid glands behind their eyes, Originally native to South and Central America, cane toads have been introduced to numerous countries including Australia, the Caribbean, Pacific Islands, and parts of the southeastern United States. Cane toads are highly adaptable and can thrive in a variety of habitats, including tropical and subtropical rainforests, grasslands, agricultural areas, and urban environments. They are commonly found near water sources. Cane toads are primarily terrestrial, but are skilled swimmers. They are known for their ability to burrow into the ground and for their nocturnal behavior, as they are most active at night. Cane toads are voracious eaters and are opportunistic carnivores. They primarily feed on a diet of insects, including beetles, ants, and other small invertebrates. However, they are also known to consume a wide range of other prey, including smaller frogs and even small mammals. Cane toads possess toxic skin glands that secrete a potent chemical cocktail when threatened. This toxin, known as bufotoxin, is highly toxic to many predators and can cause severe illness or death if ingested. Many native predators in regions where cane toads have been introduced are not adapted to this toxin and can suffer population declines when they consume the toads. Cane toads are considered one of the world's most notorious invasive species. Their introduction to new regions, particularly Australia, has had devastating ecological consequences. They have few natural predators in these introduced areas, allowing their populations to explode and negatively impact native wildlife. Various control measures have been implemented in regions where cane toads have become invasive. These efforts include trapping, culling, and public education campaigns to discourage handling or consumption of the toads. The cane toad is a prime example of the ecological problems associated with the introduction of invasive species. While they may have been introduced with the intention of controlling pest insects, their impact on native ecosystems and wildlife has been overwhelmingly negative. Efforts to mitigate their effects and prevent further spread continue in regions where they have become a problem. The alpine newt, scientifically known as Ichthyosaur alpestris, is a species of newt found in mountainous regions of Europe. It is a well-known and strikingly colored amphibian known for its sexual dimorphism, unique courtship displays, and diverse range of coloration. Here are some key characteristics and information about the alpine newt. Alpine newts exhibit sexual dimorphism, meaning males and females have different physical characteristics. Males are typically smaller than females and have more vibrant coloration. During the breeding season, male alpine newts develop a bright blue dorsal stripe that runs down their back, which is especially prominent during courtship displays. In contrast, females have a more subdued coloration, often brown or green, and lack the blue stripe. Adult alpine newts range in size, with males generally measuring between 3 to 4 inches in length, while females can grow slightly larger, reaching lengths of 4 to 5 inches. Alpine newts are native to various mountainous regions of Europe, including the Alps, the Carpathians, and the Jura Mountains. They are found in countries such as Austria, Switzerland, Germany, France, Italy, and Slovenia. These newts inhabit a variety of freshwater habitats within mountainous areas, including ponds, small lakes, slow-moving streams, and wetlands. They are often associated with forested or wooded environments. Alpine newts are primarily terrestrial but require access to water for breeding. They are most active during the breeding season in early spring, when they migrate to aquatic breeding sites. Outside of the breeding season, they spend much of their time on land, hiding under leaf litter, logs, and rocks. Their diet primarily consists of small invertebrates, such as insects, crustaceans, worms, and other aquatic prey. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding typically occurs in early spring when males migrate to breeding sites in ponds and other water bodies. Males perform elaborate courtship displays, involving visual signals and tactile stimulation, to attract females. Once courtship is successful, females lay their eggs individually on aquatic plants. The eggs hatch into aquatic larvae, which eventually undergo metamorphosis and transform into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Alpine newts are not considered globally threatened, but their populations can be impacted by habitat loss and water pollution. In some regions, they are protected by law, and conservation efforts focus on preserving their breeding sites and habitats. The alpine newt is a fascinating and visually striking species with unique reproductive behaviors. It is often studied by researchers and is appreciated by amphibian enthusiasts for its beauty and ecological role in mountain ecosystems. The American toad, scientifically known as Anaxyrus americanus, is a widespread and familiar species of toad found throughout eastern North America. It is one of the most common and easily recognized amphibians in its range. Here are some key characteristics and information about the American toad. American toads have a distinctive appearance with rough, bumpy skin that can range in color from brown to gray, olive, or reddish brown. They often have darker colored warts or spots on their back, which can vary in pattern. A key feature is the presence of prominent parotoid glands behind their eyes, which secrete toxins as a defense mechanism. Their undersides are generally lighter in color, Adult American toads typically measure between 2.5 to 4 inches in length. Females are generally larger than males. These toads are native to eastern North America, with their range extending from the Atlantic coast to the Great Plains, and from southern Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. They have adapted to various terrestrial and aquatic habitats within this range. American toads are highly adaptable and can be found in a wide range of habitats, including forests, grasslands, wetlands, and urban areas. They are commonly associated with terrestrial environments, but require access to water for breeding. American toads are primarily terrestrial, but are also capable swimmers. They are mostly nocturnal and become active at night to forage for food. During the day, they seek shelter in moist, hidden locations to avoid desiccation and predators. These toads are carnivorous and have a diet that primarily consists of insects, spiders, worms, and other small invertebrates. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding typically occurs in the spring, often after heavy rains. American toads migrate to aquatic breeding sites, such as ponds, wetlands, and slow-moving streams. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay long strings of gelatinous eggs. The eggs hatch into tadpoles, which develop in the water before undergoing metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles. American toads are generally not considered endangered or threatened, and their populations are stable in many areas. However, like many amphibians, they can be affected by habitat loss, pollution, and disease. Conservation efforts often focus on preserving their breeding sites and habitats. The American toad is an iconic and ecologically important amphibian species in eastern North America. Its adaptability and role as a natural insect predator make it a valuable part of the ecosystem. It is also a subject of interest for amateur naturalists and educators due to its distinctive appearance and widespread distribution. The blue poison dart frog, scientifically known as Dendrobus tinctorius, relajarse, is a species of poison dart frog native to the rainforests of southern Suriname and adjacent northern Brazil. These frogs are famous for their stunning blue coloration and are among the most vibrant and visually striking amphibians in the world. Here are some key characteristics and information about the blue poison dart frog. Blue poison dart frogs are known for their bright blue coloration, which can vary in shade from light turquoise to deep azure. They have smooth, shiny skin and a slender, elongated body. The vibrant blue color serves as a warning to potential predators, as these frogs are highly toxic. Adult blue poison dart frogs are relatively small, typically measuring between 1.2 to 2 inches in length. These frogs are native to a limited range in the Tumacumac Mountains of southern Suriname and adjacent regions of northern Brazil and South America. Blue poison dart frogs inhabit tropical rainforests and are often found near slow-moving streams, rivers, or small bodies of water. They are primarily terrestrial, but require access to water for breeding. These frogs are diurnal, meaning they are active during the daytime. They are known for their bold and active behavior, often foraging for small invertebrates among leaf litter on the forest floor. Blue poison dart frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of small invertebrates, such as ants, mites, and other tiny arthropods. Their diet contributes to their toxicity, as they sequester alkaloid toxins from their prey, making them unpalatable and even deadly to potential predators. Blue poison dart frogs are among the most toxic animals on Earth. The bright coloration serves as a warning to predators that they are toxic. The toxins are believed to be derived from the frog's diet of certain ants and mites. Indigenous people have used these toxins to poison the tips of blow darts, which is how they earned the name dart frogs. Blue poison dart frogs are currently listed as a species of least concern in terms of conservation status. However, their limited range and habitat destruction due to deforestation pose potential threats to their populations. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their natural habitats and studying their behavior and ecology. Blue poison dart frogs are prized by amphibian enthusiasts for their stunning appearance, but should be kept only by experienced keepers due to their toxicity and specific care requirements. In their native rainforest habitats, they play important roles in controlling insect populations and contribute to the overall ecological balance. The Goliath frog, scientifically known as Conroe goliath, is the largest frog species in the world, both in terms of size and weight. These colossal amphibians are native to the rainforests of West Africa, particularly in Cameroon and Equatorial Guinea. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Goliath frog. Goliath frogs are known for their enormous size. Adult individuals can reach lengths of up to 12.6 inches or more, with some reports of specimens reaching up to 15 inches. Their weight can exceed 3.3 pounds. Males are typically smaller than females. These frogs have a distinctive appearance with large, robust bodies covered in mottled green and brown skin. They have long, powerful legs with webbed feet and strong toes. Their eyes are relatively small, and their mouths are wide. Goliath frogs are primarily found in fast-flowing rivers and streams in the dense rainforests of West Africa. They are semi-aquatic and require access to clean, flowing water. They are often associated with rocky habitats and are known to hide under boulders and rocks. Goliath frogs are mostly aquatic, although they can also spend time on land. They are not strong swimmers and are typically found in areas with gentle currents. They are believed to be largely solitary in nature. These large frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, crustaceans, small fish, and other aquatic prey. Their diet is adapted to their aquatic lifestyle, and they use their strong jaws to capture and swallow their prey whole. Breeding in Goliath frogs typically occurs during the rainy season when rivers and streams swell. Males produce loud calls to attract females. The females lay large clutches of eggs, which are typically attached to rocks and fast-moving water. Tadpoles hatch from the eggs and undergo a lengthy period of development in the water before metamorphosing into froglets. Goliath frogs are currently listed as vulnerable by the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to habitat destruction, water pollution, and overhunting for the pet trade and traditional medicine. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their natural habitats and raising awareness about their conservation needs. The Goliath frog's impressive size and rarity make it a subject of interest for scientists and amphibian enthusiasts alike. Its vulnerability to habitat loss and degradation highlights the importance of preserving the rainforest ecosystems where it is found. Efforts to conserve this unique frog species are crucial to its survival in the wild. The green salamander, scientifically known as Anaedes aeneas, is a small to medium-sized salamander species native to the eastern United States. This unique salamander is known for its striking green coloration and its preference for cool, moist habitats. Here are some key characteristics and information about the green salamander. The green salamander is named for its vibrant green coloration, which can range from bright green to yellowish green. They have a slender body with a relatively long tail and long legs. Their skin is smooth and moist, and they have distinctive black flecks, or spots, scattered across their body. Adult green salamanders typically measure between 4 to 5 inches in length. They are considered a medium-sized salamander species. Green salamanders are native to a limited range in the eastern United States, particularly in the Appalachian Mountains. Their range includes parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. These salamanders are often associated with cool, moist, and rocky habitats, such as cliff, rock crevices, and talus slopes in deciduous and mixed woodlands. They are highly arboreal and can often be found on rock faces, under loose bark, or in rock crevices. Green salamanders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they seek shelter in rock crevices or under bark to avoid desiccation and predators. Their diet primarily consists of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding typically occurs in the fall. Females lay small clutches of eggs in rock crevices, which are guarded by the female until they hatch into aquatic larvae. The larvae then undergo metamorphosis, transforming into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Green salamanders are considered a species of concern in some states within their range, primarily due to habitat loss and degradation. They are particularly sensitive to changes in temperature and moisture levels in their rocky habitats. Conservation efforts aim to protect their specialized habitats and monitor their populations. The green salamander's striking coloration and specialized habitat preferences make it a unique and ecologically important species in the Appalachian region. Efforts to conserve their habitats and maintain the quality of their rocky environments are crucial for their survival. The Texas horned lizard, often simply referred to as the horned lizard, or horny toad, is a distinctive and iconic reptile native to the southern United States and Mexico. These lizards are known for their sticky appearance, flattened body, and their ability to shoot blood from their eyes as a defense mechanism. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Texas horned lizard. Texas horned lizards have a unique appearance that sets them apart from other lizard species. They have a flattened, oval-shaped body covered in rough, pointed scales. Their most prominent feature is a row of large, pointed, horn-like scales along their back and around their head, which gives them their name. Their coloration can vary but often includes shades of gray, brown, or tan, providing camouflage in their arid habitats. Adult Texas horned lizards typically measure between 2.5 to 4.5 inches in length. These lizards are native to the southern United States, including parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico, and Arizona, as well as northern Mexico. Texas horned lizards are typically found in arid or semi-arid habitats, including grasslands, deserts, shrublands, and open woodlands. They are often associated with sandy or loose soils. These lizards are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of ants and other small arthropods. They are known for their specialized tongue, which is adapted for capturing ants. Texas horned lizards are relatively slow-moving and rely on their cryptic coloration and spiky appearance for protection. When threatened, they can puff up their bodies and attempt to make themselves appear larger. They are also capable of shooting blood from their eyes. a unique defense mechanism that can deter predators. Breeding in Texas horned lizards typically occurs in the spring or early summer. The males lay small clutches of eggs in burrows or shallow depressions in the ground. After hatching, the young lizards are relatively independent. Texas horned lizards have experienced population declines in many parts of their range due to habitat loss, urban development, and changes in land use. Conservation efforts aim to protect their natural habitats, raise awareness about their importance, and conduct research on their biology and ecology. Texas horned lizards are considered an iconic species in the southwestern United States, and they have been the subject of fascination for many people due to their unique appearance and behaviors. Conservation efforts are essential to ensure the continued survival of these charismatic reptiles in their native habitats. The spotted salamander, scientifically known as Ambystoma maculatum, is a species of terrestrial salamander native to eastern North America. These salamanders are named for the distinctive yellow or orange spots that adorn their dark bodies. Spotted salamanders are well known for their vernal pool breeding behavior and are commonly found in deciduous forests. Here are some key characteristics and information about the spotted salamander. Spotted salamanders have a robust, elongated body with smooth, shiny skin. Their coloration is generally black or dark gray with bright yellow or orange spots scattered across their back and sides. These spots vary in size and can sometimes merge into irregular patterns. Adult spotted salamanders typically measure between 6 to 9 inches in length, with females often being larger than males. Spotted salamanders are native to eastern North America, with their range extending from the Great Lakes region and eastern Canada down to the Gulf of Mexico. They can be found in a variety of deciduous and mixed woodlands. These salamanders are primarily terrestrial, but are associated with forested habitats. They are commonly found in deciduous forests, where they spend most of their time hiding under logs, leaf litter, and other debris. Spotted salamanders are nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are generally solitary and spend much of their time underground, or in hiding during the day to avoid predators and desiccation. Their diet primarily consists of small invertebrates, such as insects, worms, slugs, and other terrestrial prey. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Spotted salamanders are known for their unique breeding behavior. They typically breed in temporary or vernal pools during the spring, which are small, shallow bodies of water that fill with rainwater or snowmelt. Males deposit spermatophores in the water, and females pick them up to fertilize their eggs. The females lay large masses of eggs, which are attached to submerged vegetation. The eggs hatch into aquatic larvae, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Spotted salamanders are not considered globally threatened, but their populations can be impacted by habitat destruction and fragmentation. They are particularly vulnerable to changes in breeding pool habitats, as vernal pools can be destroyed or polluted by human activities. Conservation efforts focus on preserving vernal pools and maintaining suitable breeding habitats for these salamanders. The spotted salamander's striking appearance and unique breeding behavior make it a subject of interest for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers alike. Their role in forest ecosystems as both predators and prey contributes to the ecological balance of their habitats. The strawberry poison dart frog, scientifically known as Oophaga camellia, is a small and vibrantly colored poison dart frog found in Central America, particularly in the rainforests of Central America, including Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama. These frogs are known for their striking coloration, which can vary among populations and include shades of red, orange, and blue. Here are some key characteristics and information about the strawberry poison dart frog. Strawberry poison dart frogs are renowned for their bright and eye-catching coloration. They come in a range of colors, but the most common color morph is bright red or orange with blue legs and limbs. Some populations exhibit variations in color, including yellow and blue colorations. The bright coloration serves as a warning to potential predators, as these frogs are highly toxic. Adult strawberry poison dart frogs are relatively small, with individuals typically measuring between 0.75 to 1.5 inches in length. These frogs are native to Central America, with their range extending from Nicaragua in the north to Panama in the south. They are often found in lowland rainforests and forested areas near bodies of water. Strawberry poison dart frogs are primarily terrestrial, but require access to moisture. They are commonly found in leaf litter on the forest floor, near streams, and in areas with high humidity. They are known to hide under fallen leaves and rotting logs. These frogs are diurnal, meaning they are active during the daytime. They are often seen hopping or climbing among the leaf litter in search of small invertebrates, which make up their diet. Strawberry poison dart frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on small arthropods, such as ants, mites, and tiny insects. Their diet contributes to their toxicity, as they sequester alkaloid toxins from their prey, making them unpalatable and even deadly to potential predators. Strawberry poison dart frogs are among the most toxic animals on Earth. The bright coloration serves as a warning to predators that they are toxic. Indigenous people have historically used the toxins from these frogs to poison the tips of blow darts, which is how they earned the name dart frogs. Strawberry poison dart frogs are not currently considered globally threatened, but some populations may be affected by habitat loss and collection for the pet trade. They are protected by law in some countries, and conservation efforts focus on preserving their natural habitats and studying their biology and ecology. Strawberry poison dart frogs are highly sought after by amphibian enthusiasts for their vibrant colors and unique behaviors. In their native habitats, they play important roles in controlling insect populations and contribute to the overall ecological balance of rainforest ecosystems. The smooth newt, scientifically known as Lysotriton vulgaris, is a common and widespread species of newt found in Europe and parts of Western Asia. It belongs to the family Salamandridae, which includes various newt and salamander species. The smooth newt is known for its smooth skin and vibrant coloration, especially during the breeding season. Here are some key characteristics and information about the smooth newt. Adult smooth newts have smooth, moist skin that can vary in color, often ranging from brown or olive green to yellowish or reddish brown. They have a distinct yellow-orange belly with dark spots or blotches. During the breeding season, males develop more vivid coloration, including a bright orange or red belly and a wavy crest along their back. Adult smooth newts typically measure between 3 to 4 inches in length, with males often being slightly smaller than females. Smooth newts are native to a broad geographic range, including various regions in Europe, such as the United Kingdom, France, Spain, and parts of Western Asia. They are commonly found in woodland, grassland, and wetland habitats. These newts are semi-aquatic and require access to both terrestrial and aquatic habitats. They can be found in a variety of environments, including ponds, lakes, ditches, and wetlands, as well as adjacent woodlands and meadows. Smooth newts are active both during the day and night, depending on environmental conditions and life stage. They are generally terrestrial, foraging on land for small invertebrates, such as insects, worms, and slugs. During the breeding season, they migrate to breeding sites in aquatic habitats. Their diet primarily consists of small invertebrates, and they use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. They are opportunistic feeders and consume a variety of aquatic and terrestrial organisms. Breeding in smooth newts typically occurs in the spring. Males perform elaborate courtship displays, including tail fanning, and displaying their brightly colored belly and dorsal crest. Females lay eggs individually on aquatic plants, which are fertilized externally by the males. The aquatic larvae that hatch from the eggs undergo metamorphosis and transform into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Smooth newts are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, they can be affected by habitat destruction, water pollution, and other environmental changes. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their breeding sites and maintaining the quality of their habitats. The smooth newt is a well-known and ecologically important species in European ecosystems. Their distinct appearance and behaviors during the breeding season make them a subject of interest for naturalists and researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. The eastern narrow-mouthed toad, scientifically known as Gastrophrene carolinensis, is a small, secretive species of toad native to the southeastern United States. These toads are known for their slender, elongated bodies, small size, and unique behaviors. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern narrow-mouthed toad. Eastern narrow-mouthed toads have a distinctive appearance with slender, elongated bodies and a pointed snout. Their coloration can vary but often includes shades of brown, gray, or green, which provides camouflage in their terrestrial habitats. They have a fold of skin that extends across their back behind the head. Adult eastern narrow-mouthed toads are relatively small, typically measuring between 1.2 to 2 inches in length. These toads are native to the southeastern United States, with their range extending from southern New Jersey to Florida, and westward to Texas, including the Gulf Coast region. Eastern narrow-mouthed toads are primarily terrestrial, and are often found in a variety of habitats, including woodlands, grasslands, scrublands, and coastal areas. They are particularly associated with sandy or loose soils. These toads are nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are often found burrowed in sandy or loose soils during the day, where they hide from predators and avoid desiccation. They are known for their secretive and cryptic behavior. Eastern narrow-mouthed toads primarily feed on small invertebrates, such as insects, ants, termites, and other small arthropods. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in eastern narrow-mouthed toads typically occurs after heavy rains in the spring and early summer. Males produce distinctive high-pitched calls to attract females. The females lay small clutches of eggs in temporary pools or rain-filled depressions. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Eastern narrow-mouthed toads are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, they can be affected by habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts often focus on preserving their terrestrial and breeding habitats. The eastern narrow-mouthed toad's unique appearance and behavior make it an interesting and understudied species in the southeastern United States. Its ability to thrive in various terrestrial habitats, including urban and suburban areas, underscores its adaptability as a species. Budget's frog, scientifically known as Paraguay horned frog or Lepidobatrachus levis, is a unique and distinctive species of frog native to South America, specifically the Chaco region of Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. These frogs are known for their unusual appearance, which includes a flattened, somewhat triangular body and a large mouth. Here are some key characteristics and information about Budget's frog. Budget's frogs have a flattened, somewhat triangular body shape with a wide head and mouth. They are known for their large, expressive, and circular eyes that give them a somewhat surprised or comical appearance. Their skin is relatively smooth and can vary in color, often being brown or green with darker markings. These frogs are relatively large and robust, with adults typically measuring around 3 to 4 inches in length. Budget's frogs are native to the Chaco region of South America, which includes parts of Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. They are often found in areas with temporary or seasonal water bodies, such as ponds and pools. These frogs are primarily aquatic and are associated with semi-arid or seasonal wetlands, including temporary ponds and pools that form during the rainy season. They spend much of their time in the water, where they are well camouflaged among aquatic vegetation and debris. Budget's frogs are known for their unique vocalizations, which are described as sounding like a low-pitched honking or barking. They are primarily nocturnal and are most active at night when they hunt for prey. These frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on a diet of aquatic invertebrates, including insects, small crustaceans, and other small prey items. They are ambush predators and use their large mouth to quickly capture prey. Breeding in Budget's frogs typically occurs in temporary or seasonal water bodies. Males call to attract females, and once mating occurs, the females lay small clutches of eggs in the water. The tadpoles hatch from the eggs and develop in the aquatic environment, before metamorphosing into terrestrial juveniles. Budget's frogs are not considered globally threatened, but their populations can be affected by habitat destruction and changes in land use. They are often collected for the pet trade, which can impact wild populations. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their wetland habitats and raising awareness about their unique biology. Budget's frog is well known for its distinctive appearance and behavior, making it a popular species among amphibian enthusiasts. However, it is essential to ensure that any pet trade involving these frogs adheres to ethical and sustainable practices to prevent harm to wild populations. The mud puppy, scientifically known as Nectarus maculosus, is a species of aquatic salamander native to North America. Mud puppies are part of a group of salamanders known as permanently aquatic, or water dogs, because they spend their entire lives in aquatic environments. Here are some key characteristics and information about mud puppies. Mud puppies have an elongated body with smooth, slimy skin. They are typically dark brown or grayish in color, with scattered spots that can vary in size and shape. They have external gills that resemble frilly tufts behind their heads. These gills are used for respiration, as mud puppies breathe through their skin and gills. Adult mud puppies can vary in size but are generally between 8 to 13 inches in length. Some individuals may grow larger. Mud puppies are native to eastern North America and have a wide distribution, ranging from Canada to the southeastern United States. They are often found in freshwater bodies of water, including rivers, lakes, ponds, and streams. These salamanders are entirely aquatic and are typically found in clear, slow-moving or still waters with abundant aquatic vegetation and submerged logs and rocks. They are most active at night and hide during the day under logs and rocks or in burrows they dig in the soft substrate. Mud puppies are relatively slow-moving and primarily hunt for prey at night. They are opportunistic feeders and have a diet that includes aquatic invertebrates, small fish, crayfish, and other aquatic prey. Breeding typically occurs in the late fall or winter when mud puppies migrate to shallow water bodies. They perform elaborate courtship displays, and females lay eggs in rocky crevices or under logs in the water. The eggs are guarded by the female, and once hatched, the larvae resemble miniature adults and develop in the aquatic environment. Mud puppies are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, they can be affected by water pollution, habitat degradation, and invasive species. Conservation efforts focus on maintaining water quality and protecting their freshwater habitats. Mud puppies are fascinating creatures, adapted to a fully aquatic lifestyle. Their external gills, distinctive appearance, and unique behaviors make them an intriguing species for scientists and amphibian enthusiasts. They play an important role in aquatic ecosystems as both predators and scavengers, helping to maintain the balance of aquatic food webs. The Australian green tree frog, scientifically known as Latoria caerulea, is a species of tree frog native to northern and eastern Australia, as well as parts of New Guinea and Indonesia. It is one of the most recognizable and widely known frog species, due to its striking appearance and widespread distribution. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Australian green tree frog. Australian green tree frogs are known for their vibrant coloration and distinctive features. They have bright green skin with a white or cream-colored ventral surface. They often have gold or yellow markings on their sides and legs. Their large, bulging eyes have horizontal pupils, and they have adhesive toe pads, which aid in climbing. Adult Australian green tree frogs are relatively large, with individuals typically measuring between 3 to 4 inches in length. These tree frogs are native to northern and eastern Australia, including Queensland, New South Wales, the Northern Territory, and parts of Western Australia. They are also found in New Guinea and the eastern Indonesian islands. Australian green tree frogs are arboreal and are often found in a variety of habitats, including rainforests, woodlands, swamps, and urban areas. They are commonly seen perched on vegetation, tree branches, or walls near water sources. These frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are excellent climbers and are known for their ability to climb trees and other vertical surfaces with the help of their adhesive toe pads. Australian green tree frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, and other small invertebrates. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding typically occurs during the wet season when the males call to attract females. The males lay their eggs in water or moist areas, and the eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles. The tadpoles undergo metamorphosis, transforming into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Australian green tree frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. They are a popular species in the pet trade and are also used for scientific research. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their natural habitats and monitoring the impact of urbanization and habitat loss. The Australian green tree frog is an iconic and well-loved species in its native range, and is often associated with the wet and tropical regions of northern Australia. Its charming appearance, distinctive call, and adaptability to various habitats have made it a favorite among amphibian enthusiasts and naturalists. The mountain yellow-legged frog, scientifically known as Rhina muscosa, is a species of frog native to the western United States. These frogs are named for their bright yellow or orange coloration on their undersides and legs. They are known for their adaptation to high-altitude mountain environments, particularly in the Sierra Nevada mountain range of California. Here are some key characteristics and information about the mountain yellow-legged frog. Mountain yellow-legged frogs have a distinctive appearance with bright yellow or orange coloration on their ventral surfaces, which includes their belly and the undersides of their legs. Their dorsal surfaces are typically brown or greenish-brown with dark markings. They have long, muscular hind legs and webbed toes. Adult mountain yellow-legged frogs vary in size, but they generally measure between 1.5 to 3 inches in length. These frogs are native to the western United States, with their range extending from the Sierra Nevada mountain range in California into parts of western Nevada. Mountain yellow-legged frogs are adapted to high-altitude mountain habitats, particularly in clear, cold, and pristine lakes, ponds, and streams. They are often found in alpine and subalpine zones. These frogs are diurnal, meaning they are active during the daytime. They are agile swimmers and spend much of their time in the water, where they hunt for prey and avoid predators. Mountain yellow-legged frogs are carnivorous and primarily feed on aquatic invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other small prey items. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in mountain yellow-legged frogs typically occurs during the summer months, when alpine lakes are free of ice. Males attract females with calls, and females lay small clutches of eggs in the water. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Mountain yellow-legged frogs have experienced significant declines in their populations, primarily due to habitat destruction, disease, and predation by non-native species like trout. They are considered endangered or critically endangered in many areas of their range. Conservation efforts focus on habitat restoration, the removal of non-native species, and disease management. The mountain yellow-legged frog is an important species in alpine ecosystems, serving as both predator and prey in these pristine environments. Their conservation is crucial for maintaining the ecological balance of high-altitude mountain habitats. The paradoxical frog, scientifically known as Pseudus paradoxa, is a species of tree frog found in South America, particularly in the Amazon basin and surrounding regions. This frog is named for its peculiar and unique tadpole development process, which is considered paradoxical because it undergoes an unusual transformation compared to most frogs. Here are some key characteristics and information about the paradoxical frog. Paradoxical frogs are medium-sized tree frogs with a relatively slender body. Their coloration can vary but often includes shades of green, brown, or gray, which provides camouflage in their arboreal habitat. They have large, expressive eyes and adhesive toe pads for climbing. Adult paradoxical frogs typically measure between 2.5 to 3 inches in length. These frogs are native to South America, including parts of Brazil, Bolivia, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, and Venezuela. They are often found in tropical rainforests and wetlands. Paradoxical frogs are primarily arboreal and are commonly found in the trees and vegetation near bodies of water, such as ponds, streams, and marshes. They are excellent climbers and spend much of their time in the canopy. These frogs are nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are known for their distinctive calls, which are described as paradoxical, because they sound like the calls of a much larger frog species. Their calls are used in mating and territorial communication. Paradoxical frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, and other small invertebrates. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. The most fascinating aspect of the paradoxical frog's biology is its tadpole development process, which is considered paradoxical. Unlike most frogs, which lay eggs in water, paradoxical frogs lay their eggs in the vegetation above water, often in a canopy of trees. When the eggs hatch, the tadpoles fall into the water below, where they undergo metamorphosis into froglets. This is an adaptation to avoid predation by aquatic predators, and ensures a safer environment for their tadpoles. Paradoxical frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, like many amphibian species, they can be affected by habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their rainforest habitats and monitoring their populations. The paradoxical frog's unique tadpole development strategy sets it apart from most other frog species, and showcases the diverse adaptations seen in amphibians. Their intriguing biology and distinctive calls make them a subject of interest for researchers and amphibian enthusiasts in the tropical rainforests of South America. The tiger salamander, scientifically known as Ambystoma tigrinum, is a large and widely distributed species of salamander found in North America. These salamanders are known for their striking appearance, which includes dark, bold stripes or blotches against a lighter background color, resembling the stripes of a tiger. Tiger salamanders are fascinating creatures with a unique life cycle. Here are some key characteristics and information about the tiger salamander. Tiger salamanders exhibit a variable coloration pattern. They typically have a dark-colored background with bold yellow or cream-colored stripes or blotches, giving them their tiger-like appearance. However, the exact pattern and coloration can vary among individuals and populations. Adult tiger salamanders are relatively large, with individuals typically measuring between 6 to 13 inches in length. Tiger salamanders are native to North America and have a wide distribution that includes various regions of the United States, Canada, and Mexico. They are found in a range of habitats, from grasslands to woodlands. These salamanders are highly adaptable and can be found in a variety of terrestrial and aquatic habitats. They are commonly found near bodies of water, such as ponds, lakes, and marshes, where they breed and lay their eggs. They spend much of their adult lives in underground burrows, which provide protection from desiccation and predators. Tiger salamanders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are secretive and are often found hiding in burrows, under logs, or in leaf litter during the day. Their diet primarily consists of small invertebrates, such as insects, worms, snails, and other terrestrial prey. They are opportunistic feeders and consume a variety of prey items. Tiger salamanders have an interesting life cycle. They typically breed in aquatic habitats during the early spring. The males lay clusters of eggs in the water, which hatch into aquatic larvae. These larvae have external gills and spend several months or even years in the water, feeding and growing. As they mature, they undergo metamorphosis and transform into terrestrial juveniles with lungs, eventually leaving the water to live on land. While tiger salamanders are not considered globally threatened, some populations may face localized threats, such as habitat destruction and fragmentation. They are also vulnerable to pollution and changes in water quality, which can impact their aquatic breeding habitats. Conservation efforts focus on preserving wetland habitats and monitoring their populations. Tiger salamanders are known for their adaptability and are often used as a model species in scientific research. Their striking appearance and unique life cycle make them a subject of interest for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. The European green toad, scientifically known as Bufo viridis, is a species of toad found in various parts of Europe and Asia. These toads are known for their distinctive green coloration and are a part of the Buffonidae family, which includes many toad species. Here are some key characteristics and information about the European green toad. European green toads are relatively small in size and are known for their bright green coloration, which is their most distinguishing feature. However, their coloration can vary, ranging from bright green to olive green. or brown, and they may have darker spots or markings on their back. They have warty skin and prominent parotoid glands behind their eyes, which secrete toxins for defense. Adult European green toads typically measure between 2 to 4 inches in length. European green toads have a wide distribution, and they are found in various parts of Europe and Western Asia. Their range extends from Spain and Portugal in the west to western China in the east. They inhabit a variety of habitats, including grasslands, woodlands, meadows, and wetlands. These toads are highly adaptable and can be found in a range of terrestrial habitats, including gardens, agricultural fields, and urban areas. They are often associated with areas that provide access to water for breeding. European green toads are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are generally terrestrial but require access to water for breeding. They are known for their distinctive call, which is a high-pitched trill. Their diet consists of a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They are opportunistic feeders and use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in European green toads typically occurs during the spring or early summer, often after heavy rains. Males call to attract females and mating takes place in water bodies, such as ponds, marshes, and temporary pools. Females lay strings of eggs, which hatch into aquatic tadpoles. The tadpoles undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. European green toads are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, local populations may face threats from habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their breeding habitats and maintaining water quality. The European green toad's striking green coloration and adaptability make it a fascinating species to encounter in the wild. They play an essential role in controlling insect populations and contribute to the overall ecological balance of their habitats. The California giant salamander, scientifically known as Decamptodon ensatus, is a species of giant salamander native to the Pacific Northwest region of North America. These salamanders are known for their large size and aquatic lifestyle. They belong to the family Decamptodontidae, which includes several species of giant salamanders. Here are some key characteristics and information about the California giant salamander. California giant salamanders are among the largest salamanders in North America. They have long, robust bodies with a flattened appearance. Their coloration is typically dark brown or gray, often with mottled patterns, or blotches that help camouflage them in their aquatic habitats. They have noticeable external gills on either side of their head. Adult California giant salamanders can reach impressive length, with individuals typically measuring between 7 to 13 inches in length. Some exceptionally large individuals can exceed these measurements. These salamanders are native to the Pacific Northwest of North America, including parts of California, Oregon, and Washington. They are typically found in the cool, forested regions of these states. California giant salamanders are fully aquatic and are primarily found in clear, cold streams, rivers, and small water bodies in coniferous and mixed forests. They are most commonly encountered in high-elevation mountainous regions. These salamanders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are secretive and tend to hide under rocks, logs, and stream banks during the day. They are agile swimmers and are well adapted for their aquatic lifestyle. California giant salamanders are carnivorous and primarily feed on aquatic invertebrates such as insects, small crustaceans, worms, and other aquatic prey. They capture prey using their sharp teeth and powerful jaws. Breeding in California giant salamanders typically occurs in the late winter or early spring, depending on local conditions. Males deposit sperm packets in the water, which are picked up by the females. The males lay their eggs in submerged nests, constructed under rocks or logs. After hatching, the larvae undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before becoming adults. California giant salamanders are not considered globally threatened, but they can be vulnerable to habitat degradation, pollution, and habitat fragmentation caused by human activities, such as logging and urbanization. Conservation efforts focused on preserving their forested habitats and protecting water quality in their aquatic habitats. California giant salamanders play an important role in aquatic ecosystems as both predators and prey. Their unique adaptations for life in cool, clear streams and rivers make them an important indicator species for the health of these freshwater environments. The tomato frog is not a single species but refers to several species of brightly colored frogs in the genus Discophus, which are native to the island of Madagascar and in the Indian Ocean. These frogs are collectively known as tomato frogs because of their vibrant red or orange coloration, which resembles a ripe tomato. Here are some key characteristics and information about tomato frogs. Tomato frogs are known for their striking red or orange coloration, which ranges from bright red to deep orange. They have robust bodies with a rounded shape and a large, wide mouth. Their limbs are relatively short, and they have well-developed webbing between their toes. Some species may also have black markings or spots on their bodies. Adult tomato frogs are medium-sized, with individuals typically measuring between 2 to 4 inches in length. Tomato frogs are endemic to Madagascar, meaning they are found nowhere else in the world. They inhabit various regions of the island from rainforests to savannas. These frogs are primarily terrestrial and are often found in humid and tropical lowland forests, as well as grasslands and agricultural areas. They are also known to inhabit flooded areas during the wet season. Tomato frogs are generally slow-moving and terrestrial, spending most of their time on the forest floor. They are primarily nocturnal, becoming active at night to hunt for prey. Their diet consists of a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their large mouths to capture and consume prey. Tomato frogs have a unique defense mechanism in which they exude a sticky, toxic substance from their skin when threatened. This substance can be irritating to potential predators and may cause skin and eye irritation if touched. Breeding in tomato frogs typically occurs during the rainy season in Madagascar. Males produce loud, repetitive calls to attract females. After mating, females lay eggs, which are fertilized externally by the males. The eggs are then laid in water or moist areas, and they hatch into aquatic tadpoles. The tadpoles develop in water bodies before metamorphosing into terrestrial juveniles and eventually becoming adults. Some species of tomato frogs are listed as vulnerable or endangered due to habitat loss caused by deforestation and agricultural activities in Madagascar. Additionally, they are sometimes collected for the pet trade. Conservation efforts include habitat protection and management, as well as breeding programs in captivity to reduce pressure on wild populations. Tomato frogs are known for their striking appearance and unique defense mechanism, making them an interesting subject for both amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian biology and conservation in Madagascar. The common midwife toad, scientifically known as Elates obstetricans, is a species of toad found in parts of Europe. These toads are known for their distinctive reproductive behavior, where the males are responsible for carrying and guarding the fertilized eggs until they hatch. Here are some key characteristics and information about the common midwife toad. Common midwife toads are relatively small in size, with a smooth and warty skin texture. They are typically gray or brown in color, and they have darker markings on their back. Their coloration provides effective camouflage in their terrestrial habitats. Adult common midwife toads typically measure between 1.2 to 2 inches in length. These toads are native to various parts of Europe, including the Iberian Peninsula, France, parts of Italy, and other Western and Central European countries. They inhabit a range of terrestrial and aquatic habitats. Common midwife toads are terrestrial and are often found in woodlands, forests, grasslands, and rocky areas near ponds, streams, and other water bodies. They are well suited for both terrestrial and aquatic habitats. These toads are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are agile climbers and are often seen in vegetation on rocks or near water sources. Common midwife toads have a diet that primarily consists of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. The common midwife toad's reproductive behavior is particularly unique. Mating typically occurs in the spring when males call to attract females. After mating, females lay eggs, which the males then fertilize externally. The males wrap the fertilized eggs around their hind legs and carry them until they hatch into tadpoles. During this period, the males protect the eggs from predators and keep them moist by returning to water as needed. Once the tadpoles hatch, they develop in aquatic habitats. While the common midwife toad is not considered globally threatened, some populations may face localized threats from habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts include the protection of breeding and terrestrial habitats, and monitoring of populations. The common midwife toad's unique reproductive behavior sets it apart from many other amphibian species. Their commitment to parental care, where the males carry and protect the eggs, is a remarkable example of adaptation to terrestrial environments. The western chorus frog, scientifically known as Pseudacris triceriata, is a small species of tree frog found in North America. These frogs are known for their distinctive and melodious chorus-like calls during the breeding season, which gives them their common name. Western chorus frogs belong to the family Helidae, which includes many tree frog species. Here are some key characteristics and information about the western chorus frog. Western chorus frogs are relatively small frogs with a slim, streamlined body. They have smooth skin, typically in shades of gray or brown, which provides effective camouflage in their terrestrial and aquatic habitats. A key identifying feature is a dark stripe or line that runs through their eye, known as the lateral mask. Adult western chorus frogs are small, measuring between 1 to 1.5 inches in length. These frogs are native to North America and have a wide distribution that includes various regions of the United States and Canada. They are often found in grasslands, meadows, marshes, and other wetland habitats. Western chorus frogs are highly adaptable and can inhabit a variety of terrestrial and aquatic habitats. They are commonly found in grassy fields, agricultural areas, and temporary or seasonal pools and wetlands. Western chorus frogs are primarily terrestrial but require access to water for breeding. They are most active during the breeding season, when males produce loud, melodic calls to attract females. These chorus-like calls can be heard during the spring and early summer and are often produced in groups, creating a symphony of sounds. Their diet consists of a variety of small invertebrates, including insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in western chorus frogs typically occurs in the spring when temperatures rise and rainfall increases. Males gather in suitable breeding sites, such as temporary pools or wetlands, and produce their chorus of calls to attract females. After mating, females lay small clusters of eggs in shallow water. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles. Before reaching adulthood, western chorus frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, localized threats may include habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their breeding in wetland habitats and monitoring their populations. Western chorus frogs are known for their melodious calls and their ability to thrive in a variety of habitats, including both natural and human-altered landscapes. Their seasonal chorus during the breeding season adds to the soundscape of wetlands and grasslands in North America and is a sign of the arrival of spring in many regions. The Vietnamese mossy frog, scientifically known as the Dormir corticale, is a unique and visually striking species of tree frog native to the montane forests of northern Vietnam and adjacent regions of Southeast Asia. These frogs are renowned for their mossy appearance and remarkable camouflage, which allows them to blend seamlessly into their forested habitats. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Vietnamese mossy frog. Vietnamese mossy frogs have a highly textured and moss-like appearance, with rough warty skin covered in tubercles and fringes that resemble patches of moss or lichen. They come in various shades of green and brown with mottled patterns and irregular markings that mimic the appearance of moss-covered surfaces. Their bodies are relatively stout, and they have large, expressive eyes. Adult Vietnamese mossy frogs are small to medium-sized, with individuals typically measuring around 2 to 3 inches in length. These frogs are native to montane forests in northern Vietnam, and are also found in neighboring regions of Laos and southern China. Vietnamese mossy frogs are arboreal, which means they are tree-dwelling amphibians. They are primarily found in montane rainforests and cloud forests, where they inhabit vegetation, trees, and branches. Their mossy appearance allows them to blend in seamlessly with the forest environment. These frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are agile climbers and spend much of their time in trees and vegetation. During the day, they often rest on leaves or tree branches. Vietnamese mossy frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of small invertebrates, such as insects and other arthropods. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in Vietnamese mossy frogs typically occurs in tree hollows or cavities filled with water. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay eggs on vegetation above the water. Once the tadpoles hatch, they fall into the water below and develop into aquatic larvae before metamorphosing into terrestrial juveniles. Vietnamese mossy frogs are not considered globally threatened, but their populations can be affected by habitat destruction and fish. They are also collected for the pet trade, which can impact wild populations. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their montane forest habitats and raising awareness about their unique biology. Vietnamese mossy frogs are highly specialized for their arboreal lifestyle and are known for their extraordinary camouflage, making them a fascinating species for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers interested in the adaptations of tree-dwelling frogs. Darwin's frog refers to two closely related species of frogs in the Rhinodermatidae family, native to South America. These two species are Rhinoderma darwini and Rhinoderma rufum. They are collectively named after the famous naturalist Charles Darwin, who encountered and collected specimens of these frogs during his voyage on the Hans Beagle in the 19th century. Darwin's frogs are known for their unique reproductive behavior, which involves males carrying and protecting their developing tadpoles. Here are some key characteristics and information about Darwin's frogs. Darwin's frogs are relatively small in size, with a flattened body shape and a pointed snout. They have distinctive coloration, with a greenish-brown or grayish-brown dorsal surface and a pale ventral surface. Their coloration provides effective camouflage in their terrestrial habitats. Adult Darwin's frogs typically measure between 1 to 1.5 inches in length. These frogs are native to parts of South America, including southern Chile and Argentina. They are often found in temperate forests and wetlands. Darwin's frogs are terrestrial and are typically found in forested areas, where they inhabit leaf litter and moist environments near streams, ponds, and other water bodies. These frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are agile and can jump away quickly if threatened. Their diet consists of a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. The reproductive behavior of Darwin's frogs is particularly unique, and sets them apart from other frog species. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay eggs. What makes them remarkable is that the males take an active role in parental care. They pick up the eggs, which are relatively large and yolky, and carry them in specialized brood pouches located on their undersides. Once the eggs hatch into tadpoles, the tadpoles remain inside the male's brood pouch, where they develop. When they reach a certain stage of development, the male releases the tadpoles into water bodies, completing their metamorphosis into froglets. Both species of Darwin's frogs are listed as endangered or critically endangered due to habitat destruction, disease, and climate change. They have experienced significant population declines in recent years. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their habitats, monitoring populations, and researching methods to combat the spread of the amphibian chytrid fungus, which has affected many amphibian species worldwide. Darwin's frogs are known for their unique reproductive strategy, where males carry and protect their developing offspring, a behavior seen in only a few amphibian species. Their conservation status highlights the importance of protecting their habitats and addressing threats to amphibian populations globally. The ornate horned frog, scientifically known as Relaxation, is a species of horned frog native to South America. These frogs are named for the prominent horn-like projections on their upper eyelids, which give them their distinctive appearance. Ornate horned frogs belong to the Saurophyridae family, and are sometimes referred to as pac-man frogs, due to their large mouths and voracious appetite. Here are some key characteristics and information about the ornate horned frog. Ornate horned frogs are known for their robust, stocky bodies, and their large mouths, which can open widely to engulf prey. They come in a range of colors and patterns, including shades of green, brown, and reddish-brown, often with blotches or marbling that provide effective camouflage. The horn-like projections over their eyes add to their unique appearance. Adult ornate horned frogs are relatively large, with individuals typically measuring between 3 to 5 inches in length. Some individuals may grow even larger. These frogs are native to parts of South America, including countries like Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil, and Paraguay. They inhabit various habitats, from tropical rainforests to grasslands. Ornate horned frogs are primarily terrestrial, and are often found on the forest floor, where they hide among leaf litter and vegetation. They are adapted for a burrowing lifestyle, and may dig shallow burrows to escape heat and dry conditions. These frogs are primarily sit and wait predators, meaning they wait in ambush for prey to pass by, and then strike quickly. They are known for their voracious appetite, and can consume prey items that are nearly their own size. Ornate horned frogs have a carnivorous diet that includes a variety of prey, such as insects, spiders, small vertebrates, and other small animals. They are opportunistic feeders, and will eat anything that fits in their mouth. Breeding in ornate horned frogs typically occurs during the rainy season, when conditions are more favorable for reproduction. Females lay clusters of eggs in shallow water bodies, such as ponds or temporary pools. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Ornate horned frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. They are popular in the pet trade due to their unique appearance and relatively low maintenance requirements. Conservation efforts focus on ensuring that collection for the pet trade is sustainable, and that wild populations remain healthy. Ornate horned frogs are charismatic and visually striking amphibians that have gained popularity among reptile and amphibian enthusiasts. Their unique appearance, large size, and distinctive behaviors make them a fascinating species for those interested in herpetology. The Wyoming toad, scientifically known as an Axorus baxteri, is a critically endangered amphibian species native to the United States. It is also known as the Baxter's toad or the Wyoming frog. The Wyoming toad was once considered extinct in the wild, but has been the subject of intensive conservation efforts aimed at recovering its populations. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Wyoming toad. Wyoming toads are relatively small in size, with a stocky body and warty skin. They have a distinctive pale green to olive green dorsal surface with irregular dark markings and spots. Their coloration provides effective camouflage in their terrestrial habitats. Adult Wyoming toads typically measure between 2 to 3 inches in length. Historically, Wyoming toads were found in the Laramie Basin of Wyoming, particularly in wetland habitats associated with the Laramie River. However, their range has significantly diminished over the years. Wyoming toads are semi-aquatic and are often associated with wetlands, including ponds, marshes, and slow-moving streams. They require both aquatic and terrestrial habitats for various life stages. These toads are primarily terrestrial, but require access to water for breeding. They are generally nocturnal, meaning that they are most active at night. Whelming toads have a diet that primarily consists of a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in whelming toads typically occurs in the spring and early summer, when temperatures rise and wetland habitats become suitable for reproduction. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay strings of eggs in water bodies. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. The whelming toad has experienced a severe decline in population due to habitat loss, disease, and other factors. At one point, it was believed to be extinct in the wild. However, recovery efforts have been initiated, including captive breeding programs and habitat restoration. Some reintroduction efforts have taken place in its historic range to reestablish wild populations. The whelming toad is one of the most critically endangered amphibian species in North America, and its conservation status highlights the challenges faced by many amphibian species worldwide. Efforts to recover and protect this species are ongoing, and its story serves as a symbol of the importance of conservation actions to prevent extinctions and restore populations of imperiled amphibians. The black-spotted newt, scientifically known as Notophthalmus meridionalis, is a species of salamander found in North America. It is a member of the family Salamandridae, and is often referred to as the black-spotted or spotted newt due to its characteristic appearance. The black-spotted newt is known for its vibrant coloration and its unique life cycle, which includes aquatic, terrestrial, and paedomorphic stages. Here are some key characteristics and information about the black-spotted newt. Black-spotted newts are relatively small salamanders with a distinctive color pattern. They have a dark black or brown background color on their dorsal surface, which is covered in bright orange to red spots. The combination of black and orange coloration makes them easily recognizable. Adult black-spotted newts typically measure between 2.5 to 4 inches in total length. These newts are native to parts of eastern North America, particularly in the southeastern United States, including Alabama, Florida, and Georgia. Black-spotted newts are semi-aquatic and are typically found in forested areas with access to freshwater habitats, such as ponds, streams, and temporary pools. They are well adapted to both terrestrial and aquatic environments. These newts have a fascinating life cycle that includes several stages. They start as aquatic larvae, which develop into terrestrial juveniles. Some individuals may become paedomorphic, meaning they retain their aquatic characteristics into adulthood, and do not undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial adults. Black-spotted newts are carnivorous and feed on a variety of small invertebrates, such as insects, worms, snails, and other aquatic prey. Their diet may vary depending on their life stage. Breeding in black-spotted newts typically occurs in the water. Males court females, and after mating, females lay their eggs in aquatic habitats. The eggs hatch into aquatic larvae, which eventually undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles or paedomorphic adults. Black-spotted newts are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, local populations may face threats from habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts include preserving their forested habitats and monitoring populations. The black-spotted newt's striking coloration and unique life cycle make it an interesting subject for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. Their ability to inhabit both terrestrial and aquatic environments contributes to their success as a species in the southeastern United States. The Amazon milk frog, scientifically known as Trichicephalus resinifictrix, is a large species of tree frog native to the Amazon rainforest and other tropical rainforest regions in South America. These frogs are renowned for their striking appearance and their peculiar behavior of secreting a milky, toxic substance when threatened, which gives them their common name. Here are some key characteristics and information about the Amazon milk frog. Amazon milk frogs are known for their vibrant coloration and distinctive patterns. They have a bright green to lime green dorsal surface with irregular dark blotches and spots that provide effective camouflage among the foliage. Their large bulging eyes have vertical pupils. Their bodies are relatively robust, and they have adhesive toe pads for climbing. Adult Amazon milk frogs are relatively large, with individuals typically measuring between 2.5 to 4 inches in length. These frogs are native to various parts of South America, including the Amazon rainforest, the Guiana Shield, and the Atlantic forest regions in countries such as Brazil, French Guiana, Suriname, and Guyana. Amazon milk frogs are arboreal, meaning they are tree-dwelling amphibians. They are often found in the dense vegetation and canopy of tropical rainforests, where they hide among leaves and branches. They require access to water for breeding and may inhabit temporary ponds and water bodies. These frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they rest on leaves, branches, or other surfaces, where their green coloration helps them blend in with their surroundings. Amazon milk frogs are insectivorous and primarily feed on a diet of insects, spiders, and other small invertebrates. They use their long, sticky tongue to capture prey. One of the most intriguing aspects of Amazon milk frogs is their defense mechanism. When threatened, they secrete a milky, toxic substance from their skin that can be irritating to potential predators. This secretion contains a variety of toxins and is used as a deterrent to discourage predators from attempting to eat them. Breeding in Amazon milk frogs typically occurs during the rainy season, when conditions are more favorable for reproduction. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay their eggs on leaves above water bodies. The tadpoles drop into the water below, where they develop into aquatic larvae, before undergoing metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles and eventually becoming adults. Amazon milk frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, like many rainforest species, they may face habitat destruction due to deforestation and other human activities. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their rainforest habitats and monitoring populations. The Amazon milk frog's vivid coloration, striking patterns, and unique defense mechanism make it a captivating species for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology in the lush rainforests of South America. The eastern hellbender, scientifically known as Cryptobranchus alleganiensis, is one of the two subspecies of hellbender salamanders found in North America. Hellbenders are among the largest salamanders in the world, and are known for their unique appearance, flattened bodies, and loose, wrinkled skin. The eastern hellbender is a fully aquatic species and is native to the eastern United States. Here are some key characteristics and information about the eastern hellbender. Eastern hellbenders have a distinctive appearance. They have elongated bodies with loose, wrinkled skin that hangs in folds on their sides. Their skin is typically brown to grayish-brown with dark spots and blotches, providing effective camouflage in their aquatic habitats. Their flattened shape allows them to move along the river with ease. Adult eastern hellbenders are large, with individuals typically measuring between 12 to 17 inches in length. Some exceptionally large individuals can exceed 2 feet in length. The eastern hellbender is native to the eastern United States, including regions in the Appalachian Mountains and the Midwest. They are primarily found in cool, clear, fast-flowing streams and rivers. These salamanders are strictly aquatic and are typically found in the benthic zone of freshwater habitats. They prefer clean, well-oxygenated water with rocky substrates, which provide hiding places and suitable nesting sites. Eastern hellbenders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are ambush predators, feeding on a diet of aquatic invertebrates, such as crayfish, insects, and small fish. They use their powerful jaws and teeth to capture prey. Breeding in eastern hellbenders typically occurs during late summer or early autumn. Males establish underwater nests in crevices between rocks, and females lay their eggs in these nests. Males guard the eggs until they hatch, and then they continue to provide parental care by guarding the larvae. Eastern hellbenders have experienced population declines in some areas due to habitat degradation, water pollution, and disease. Conservation efforts focus on protecting their freshwater habitats, improving water quality, and monitoring populations. Some regions have implemented initiatives to encourage the construction of hellbender boxes to provide nesting sites for these salamanders. The eastern hellbender is an iconic and unique species of salamander, and its conservation status highlights the importance of preserving clean, healthy freshwater ecosystems, which are crucial for the survival of this species and many others. The barred tiger salamander, scientifically known as Ambystomum avortium, is a species of mole salamander found in North America. It is known for its distinctive barred or marbled pattern on its body, and is one of the largest terrestrial salamanders in North America. The barred tiger salamander is a species with a wide distribution and a range of subspecies and color variations. Here are some key characteristics and information about the barred tiger salamander. Barred tiger salamanders have a robust and stocky body with a broad head and relatively short limbs. Their coloration and patterning can vary, but they typically have a background color of dark brown or black with irregular yellow or olive green bars or blotches along their body. This barred or marbled pattern gives them their common name. Adult barred tiger salamanders are relatively large and can reach lengths of 6 to 13 inches, with females generally being larger than males. These salamanders are native to a wide range of habitats in North America, from southern Canada through the United States and into northern Mexico. Their distribution covers various regions including grasslands, woodlands, wetlands, and deserts. Barred tiger salamanders are adaptable and can be found in a variety of terrestrial and aquatic habitats. They are often associated with ponds, lakes, streams, and other water bodies where they breed and lay their eggs. During the non-breeding season, they may burrow underground to avoid extreme temperatures and moisture loss. These salamanders are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. They are opportunistic predators and feed on a variety of small invertebrates, insects, worms, and other prey. Breeding in barred tiger salamanders typically occurs in the spring or early summer when temperatures rise. Males court females and deposit sperm packets, which the females pick up to fertilize their eggs. Eggs are laid in water bodies, where they hatch into aquatic larvae. The larvae undergo metamorphosis, transforming into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Barred tiger salamanders are considered a species of least concern in terms of conservation status, as their populations are generally stable and widespread. However, local populations may face threats from habitat destruction, pollution, and other human-related factors. Barred tiger salamanders are fascinating amphibians with a wide distribution across North America. Their adaptability to various habitats and striking coloration make them a subject of interest for both amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian biology and ecology. The painted frog, scientifically known as Discoglossus pictus, is a species of frog found in parts of Europe and the Middle East. It is a member of the family Ellatidae and is characterized by its distinctive coloration, which includes bright green and black markings on its body. Here are some key characteristics and information about the painted frog. Painted frogs are relatively small frogs with a distinctive and striking color pattern. They have a bright green dorsal surface with black markings that resemble a series of spots and lines. The combination of green and black gives them their common name, as they appear to be painted. Adult painted frogs typically measure between 1.2 to 2.4 inches in length. Painted frogs are native to a range of countries in southern Europe and parts of the Middle East. Their distribution includes regions in Italy, southern France, the Iberian Peninsula, and North Africa. These frogs are primarily terrestrial and are often found in Mediterranean habitats, including scrublands, woodlands, grasslands, and rocky areas. They require access to temporary pools and other water bodies for breeding. Painted frogs are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night. During the day, they seek shelter in underground burrows, crevices, or vegetation to avoid desiccation and extreme temperatures. Their diet consists of small invertebrates, such as insects, spiders, and other arthropods. They use their sticky tongue to capture prey. Breeding in painted frogs typically occurs during the rainy season, when conditions are more favorable for reproduction. Males call to attract females, and after mating, females lay small clusters of eggs in water bodies, such as temporary pools. The eggs hatch into aquatic tadpoles, which undergo metamorphosis into terrestrial juveniles before reaching adulthood. Painted frogs are not considered globally threatened, and their populations are generally stable. However, they may face localized threats from habitat destruction and changes in land use. Conservation efforts focus on preserving their Mediterranean habitats and monitoring populations. The painted frog's vibrant coloration and unique distribution make it an interesting species for amphibian enthusiasts and researchers studying amphibian diversity and adaptation in the Mediterranean region and beyond.